Yankee Doodle went to town riding on a pony. He stuck a feather in his hat and called it macaroni.
Oh, sorry, I didn't see you there. Hello and welcome to the National Timely Action Hour. This is the show where we talk about everything from comic books to video games and everything in between. My name is Aiden, and I hope that you're doing well today. So in this video, I wanted to continue on with the normal sort of video type. So over the last few months, I have been posting videos about a 12-part series called Marvel Superheroes Secret Wars, and I've also been doing random comic book reviews and posting video game gameplay, etc., etc. But I wanted to go back to my roots of posting videos where I just review random comic books, and we're continuing on. And in this video we are going to be doing a review of issue 30 of Justice Society of America. This is published in October 2009, and you can tell because there is an advertisement for Batman Arkham Asylum on the back. But this issue is called Fate Steps In, and yeah, this is written by Matthew Sturges and Bill Willingham, and the art is done by Jesus Marino, colors by Alan Pasalacqua, I beg your pardon, letters by Rob Lee, and edited by Mike Carlin. But you can also see the advertisement for Season 8 of Smallville's DVD box set. But this is just a random issue that I bought back in 2009 when I was buying comics regularly, before I decided, I don't really want to read new books until recently when I started getting back into newer stuff. But this is the original versions of the characters, except for the new members of the JSA. So we have the original Jay Garrick, aka The Flash, Alan Scott, Green Lantern, and I believe Hawkman was reincarnated around this time, as well as Hawkgirl. But yeah, so okay, I gotta go off on a tangent here explaining the backstory. So Justice Society of America comes out in 1940, the very first superhero team, and fast forward 45 years, we get Crisis on Infinite Earths, which was DC Comics' first reboot. I did a whole review of each individual issue. I'll leave a link for you to watch that. But afterwards, Earth 2, Earth 1, and Earth 4 merged together to make New Earth, which is where the post-crisis stories take place. And during which time the members of the JSA from Earth 2, because that's where they were from, they were put in like a weird limbo where they were fighting Vikings and other warriors from across time, and then finally they were brought onto New Earth, and that's how they remember Earth 2 and all of the crises. And then from there they got a new series set on the post-crisis world. But this is issue 30 of volume 2, I believe, or volume 3, please excuse me, and please correct me if I'm wrong in the comments section. While you're down there, leave a suggestion for any future comics you want me to discuss, or any future videos, and you can also share this with your friends if they're interested in this sort of content. And if you're interested in this sort of content, please subscribe, and if you enjoy it, hit the like button. If you didn't, hit the dislike button, and ring the bell to be notified when I post new videos. And in the description, I'll leave links to my podcast as well as my merch store and Patreon page. So if you'd like to support the channel financially, that would be greatly appreciated. We are doing a limited time offer free trial for 1 week on the second tier of the 3 tiers on Patreon. So once that 7 days is up, you can either make a one-time donation or become a monthly donor. Regardless of what you choose, I would be eternally grateful to you. But yeah, let's get into reviewing this comic book. So issue 30 starts off with the members of the JSA in battle. This is part 2 of a story arc, Hot Pursuit, part 2 of the Bad Seed. But Flash and Stargirl are having a conversation, and Flash's inner monologue is like, oh my gosh, we are in deep. But the Injustice Society, who is their main opposition, is attacking them. And yeah, it's just really cool seeing the Flash and Stargirl and the rest of the team fight, although as we see here, Dr. Midnight isn't faring too well. But yeah, it is really cool seeing the Flash run at super speed, because this effect is very unique. I've never really seen any other comic show the Flash's speed portrayed this way. And there's an advertisement saying join the United States Navy. Here's an ad saying buy milk. But yeah, then Stargirl blasts the bad guys with her staff. Really cool. And this introduces the new Dr. Fate, because the original Dr. Fate, Kent Nelson, had passed away, and his wife Inza had briefly taken up the mantle, but I believe she either retired or also died. Please forgive me if I don't remember exactly what happened, but this is their son who is introduced here. And the Flash is like, hey man, where were you? Like, we can get introductions later, but where the heck were you? We're getting our asses handed to us by these guys, who are generally, you know, B-tier villains. Like, we're not seeing the Joker and Lex Luthor here, so B-tier. But he's like, hey, I'm sorry I'm late, but I'm helping you now, so don't, you know, yell at me, man. He was like, okay, geez, my buddy just got blasted. Also, Magog, who's a character from the Elseworlds one-shot story, Kingdom Come, he came to New Earth from that Elseworlds universe post Infinite Crisis, when the multiverse was reestablished, and he joined up begrudgingly to Wildcat, because Wildcat's like, this douche nozzle doesn't deserve to be on our team because he kills people and we only kill Nazis and they're not people. But Power Girl, who is Superman's cousin from Earth 2, she's a powerhouse member of the team, so she takes charge of the situation, and she's like, okay guys, you go over there, Flash, you over there, and here's the player handbook for Arkham Asylum. She's like, okay ladies, let's kick some ass. And she, Rag Girl, I forget her name, the girl who wears like baggy clothes, and Stargirl, they go off to fight, you know, some of the bad guys. And, you know, at their brownstone, we got the subplot. And Wildcat is able to turn into an actual cat at this point, rather than just being a boxer in a cat costume. think that's Judo Master. She's kicking the crap out of Major Force, who's a douchebag. He's one of the members of the Injustice Society. Man, you can get this sick BMX bike. And it comes to, and it's sponsored by Mountain Dew, Wendy's, Toyota, PlayStation, DC Comics. It's metal as fuck, dude. Shh. Watch it on NBC Sports. But, yeah, Sarge Steele having a grand old time. And Flash is like, okay, guys, we gotta wrap this up. So they, you know, win, then they go back to their brownstone. Get the new Batgirl series. But they find that Mr. Terrific was beaten pretty bloody, and so Green Lantern makes a stretcher for him to, for Dr. Midnight to operate on him to, you know, stabilize him and treat him. And Liberty Bell, who's a speedster herself, not as fast as the Flash, but you know, she's pretty quick. She's like, hey, what's going on here? And yeah, then we cut back to, you know, she's part of the B plot. She's not as important as the main story. But yeah, we cut back to Dr. Midnight patching up Mr. Terrific. I'm trying not to give away the entire story here. And, oh man, the Kevin Smith Batman miniseries. But yeah, this is where Wildcat and Magog come to a head, and Power Girl is trying to mediate. And Flash is getting tired of running all over the place because Jay Garrick, the original Flash, he doesn't have access to the Speed Force, which was introduced in post-crisis through Wally West, who had taken over after Barry died. And so Jay is really fast, but not as fast as his successors. And so he's like, man, I'm getting real tired of this bullshit. Running all over the place, keeping you guys alive. I know I'm the leader of this whole operation, but still, I gotta take a break. And, yeah, Karen, aka Power Girl, is like, okay, I'll sub in. We gotta figure out why the Injustice Society is attacking us, because they're not acting like themselves. Obviously something's up here. And, yeah, this is where Wildcat and Magog are like, oh, you wanna fucking go, boy? Come on, old man. And yeah, that is the end of that issue. And then we get an advertisement for the next Batman issue and some other comics. But this is just a fun little issue, part of a series. I haven't read the entire story arc. I just have this, and I believe maybe part 3. But it's really fun. Anyway, thank you so much for tuning into this episode of the National Timely Action Hour. Once again, my name is Aiden, and I sincerely hope that you have a wonderful day. Bye.